Welcome back to Random Romania. You may have noticed in my other videos that I didn't appear in the videos, and several people have asked me why I don't show my face. That was basically because I didn't want to, but having talked to a bunch of people, I've decided to sort of actually show my face, so at least you'll have a name to a face, as it were. We haven't done a video for a few weeks because we were thinking which way to take the channel, which kind of direction to take the channel in, and one or two other things came up with which kept us busy. So now we're going to look at a pensione. That's like a bed and breakfast. It's interesting because it seems quite cheap for what it is. It looks like it's been made quite recently, so there must be some kind of story to why they're selling it, which I thought might be interesting for some people. So anyway, we're off there now. I think we'll be there in half an hour, and we'll be reporting back with what we find. So we've just arrived here, and we're having a look around inside, and this is basically someone's business that was set up a while ago, and from what the guy says who's here, they've had trouble finding anybody to manage it, and don't want to manage it themselves. So we're just going to have a quick look around and see what we've got here. So it's 2 stories from what I can work out. Just have a look around the rooms here. How many rooms is there? 5 or 6 rooms? 6 rooms. Okay, so 7 rooms. It's not my kind of thing in terms of the way it's decorated, but what's interesting, it's a big building. It's in a really nice location, as you'll see in a minute from the drone shots. And I think it's cheap. So it's the kind of thing that if someone wanted to run it as a business, could make it into a house and a B&B at the same time. So we got back from the bed and breakfast, and to be honest, it was a little bit disappointing. Sorry to say that, because it was kind of looked very, very good on the adverts, like a lot of these things do. And when we got there, the building was, to me, it looked a bit shoddy. Now, I don't know, without having access to the original photos from the building and knowing who built it, it's hard to know what the quality of the build was like. In terms of what it is and the location, it seems like a good deal. So it's not really a particularly exciting deal, but I thought I'd make a video about it anyway, because it kind of gives you a very good example of what it's like looking for properties here. There are a lot of things like this that look very good on the adverts. They've taken very specific pictures where the angle, or like in this case, the building was actually being used as a bed and breakfast at the time, so it was all lit up nicely. There were people about and stuff like that, so it looked very cool. When we got it there, it was kind of dull and dreary and was a bit of a mess. If someone was coming to retire here, I guess, and had some money, that's a pretty big house for that money in a nice location, you know. So you could make it into a house and a bed and breakfast at the same time. Aside from that, we're in the cabin now. So this is the cabin we're building that's been on the other videos. So I just wanted to give you a quick update. We've got this membrane on the outside and on the roof now. So this protects it from the weather. The roof now has to have the battens on, and then the metal roof covering. And I wondered what that noise was. There's a cat climbing up outside. We've got the metal roof panels to go on, and then the insulation, the inside membrane, and the drywall, and the floor needs to be insulated as well. In the summertime, I mean, if you were brave in the wintertime with some heating, this is like a big tent now, but in the summertime you could easily live in this, as it is now, you know, depending on how adventurous you are, of course. But the materials for this, to get this to this stage, is about somewhere between about 3,000 and 4,000 euros, I think. So this is a building that's up for very little money. This, I think, we're going to be at a point where it can be livable for about 10,000 euros without the cost of the labour involved. Anyway, that's it. This is the first video with me on the video, so I'm looking forward to the comments on this one. Bye for now.